Hi, Theory 3. This is lesson 15. I think most of you will find this lesson pretty easy, but we are going to be building from this. So I realize that you might know this stuff, but I want to make sure that we're all starting from the same level when it comes to rhythm and counting. Okay? So at the very top of the page, you're going to see 6 terms. Okay, these are terms that you're just going to see in music. This has nothing to do with rhythm or counting, but they're things that you need to know. So if you see in your music where it says solo or soli, sometimes S-O-L-I, solo means play alone. So one person. If you see soli, it's kind of like a section. First violins have the solo, but all of you have it. So it's soli, a group of solos play the solo. Okay, so solo, play alone. That's easy. Tutti, T-U-T-T-I. My teacher in high school used to say, he had asked, does this mean little toes or does it mean everyone play together? So whenever I see the word tutti, I always think option little toes. No, everyone play together. So sometimes in Baroque music, Bach and Vivaldi, you'll see where you'll come across the line, they'll say solo. And that means you don't, if you're in the section, you don't play that. And then they'll say tutti. Everyone play, okay? Simile, it kind of looks like the word similar. That's what it means, simile, in a similar style. If they had just said play all of this staccato, then you're gonna keep simile. You're gonna keep playing it staccato. Molto, much. This is an adjective, so you'll see this molto staccato, very or much staccato. You might see molto forte, very much forte. So it's one of those things you'll see probably before another word, and it means very much, do it a lot. Più, P-I-U, more. Più forte, più crescendo, more crescendo. You'll also see it'll say più mosso, meaning more motion. Mosso is motion, so more motion. If it just says mosso, you're going to move. But then if it's più mosso, more motion. Speed up. Con. Again, these are prefix words that you'll see before another word. Con. With. So, con espressivo. With expression. So, just like in English, you didn't think you're going to have an English lesson today, did you? Con is a preposition in English, with. With what? And you'll see something else come after that, okay? Rhythm. So 3 questions. What is rhythm? What is beat? What is meter? All 3 of those sometimes are used interchangeably, okay? So you may hear somebody say, fix this rhythm, or what is the rhythm? So beat, they are different. I looked up in my music dictionary, and the word rhythm has 3 pages of double columns, okay, to explain rhythm. So I'm not going to take that long, and if you really want to know, you can look up in the New Harvard Dictionary of Music and read all 3 pages. It's like reading an encyclopedia and the history of rhythm. So rhythm, beat, let's talk first about beat. Beat is that big pulse that you feel, okay? Meter is how we group the beats, okay? So let's say here's our beat, 1, 2, and we're gonna put 4 of them in a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So meter is how we group the beats. Rhythm is how we take that beat. We could play every quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. So our rhythm could be playing on the beat, or we could divide that beat into smaller sections. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so rhythm is how it divides and the patterns that we create when we take the beat, which is grouped into meter, okay, our groups, and then we divide it into rhythm, okay? So I explain all of that in that first paragraph. Then time signature. The time signature tells us the meter. It also tells us the beat. The time signature does not tell us the rhythm. That's in the notation, okay? So time signature tells us the top number says, this is the number of beats in every measure. Okay, everybody gets that one. That one's easy. If it's 3 on the top, 3 beats in a measure. If it's 2 on the top, 2 beats in a measure. If it's 12, 12 beats in a measure. Could be 20 beats in a measure. The bottom number. Often when I ask students, what does the bottom number mean? I get crickets. Okay, the bottom number, you have to think about like a fraction. So if you were cooking and the recipe called for this amount of flour, 1/4 of a cup of flour, the other way we can say this is 1/4. Thinking of it like a pie. Or all you math people out there, it's 25%, right? There's 75, there's 25 if it's all of 100. So this is a quarter. So what we do is we use that 4. If we're thinking of a fraction, we use that 4 and say, okay, 4 quarters, right? That makes sense if you're thinking fraction. There are going to be 4 quarters in every measure. So 4 on the bottom means a quarter note gets 1 beat, and it's coming from math class, okay? If it was 6/4, 6 quarters in every measure. Okay, what if it's an 8? 3 eighth notes. So there are going to be 3 beats, and the 8th note gets 1 beat. Okay, 8th gets 1 beat, and then there are going to be 3 of them in every measure. Okay? Is this making sense? Okay, some time signatures that you may not have ever seen. You might have seen this one. 3/2. A 2 on the bottom means that the half note gets 1 beat. This is weird, okay? Because you have 3 half notes in every measure. How many quarter notes could you have in every measure if you have 3 half notes? 6, okay? So, because there's 2 quarter notes in here, but this would be 1 and. Everything stretches out. Okay, we'll get there. What if there's a 1 on the bottom? You don't see this one very often. Every once in a while, if there's a 1 on the bottom, what kind of note would get 1 beat? You would have 3 whole notes in every measure. Okay? Then, going the opposite way, we had 8. The last one is 16. 3/16, or we could even say 4/16. You would have 4 16th notes in every measure. Okay? These are all time signatures. So you see on your paper there, if there's a 1 as the bottom number, it means that the whole note gets 1 beat. If there's a 2 as the bottom number, a half note gets 1 beat. If there's a 4 on the bottom of the time signature, a quarter note gets 1 beat. The top number then tells you how many of those notes are in each measure, okay? So look at the next part of the page. I give you different time signatures. I want you, let's do 4/4 together, okay? Because sometimes the answers are so easy that people make them harder than they are. Blank beats in every measure. How many beats are in each measure? 4. Okay, then I say 4 equals blank gets 1 beat. I want you to draw a note right there. When you have a 4 on the bottom, it means the quarter note gets 1 beat. Okay, so you should have a number here and then a note next to the number. I want to see what that number means, what note gets 1 beat. Okay, then I say how many beats, if you're in 4/4 time, if the quarter note gets 1 beat, how many beats would the quarter note get? 1. How many beats would the half note get? 2. Okay, then you go all the way through eighth note. How many beats would an eighth note get in 4/4 time? It doesn't get a whole beat, right? It doesn't even get 1. It gets something smaller. And how much does a 16th get? You get something smaller too, okay? So that should be a fraction. That's your hint. Next page. Okay, these are easy. Beats and counting. So our time signature tells us that there are so many beats in each measure. We count those beats. So the top says, okay, this note, I did the first one for you. The whole note gets 4 beats. So write that it gets 4 beats. The next one, the quarter note, gets 1 beat. So that one gets 1. The half note gets 2. The next one, half note gets 2, quarter 1. Okay, now we are going to count those beats because we don't want to just say 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Where are we? Okay, so we're counting that beat. If it gets all 4, you're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this quarter note gets 1. This one gets beat 2. It doesn't get 2 beats. It gets the second beat. Okay, the second count, 2. Then this half note, it gets 2 beats. So it's going to get 2 numbers, 3, 4. Okay, because 3 and 4 are inside 1 beat, we're going to draw a dash there to show that those 2 are together. You're not going to hear 3, 4. You're going to hear 3, 4. Okay? So that tone is sustained. You're not going to play another bow there. Same thing here. 1, 2. So write a dash because that half note, beats 1 and 2 are together in 1 note. Then the next quarter note is 3. The next quarter note is going to be 4. So the counts are not telling you how many beats each note gets. It shows you where it's falling. This quarter note is on beat 4 or on count 4. Okay? It gets 1 beat, but it's on count 4. That's what I want you to do. I want to see the beats on top. How many does each note get? Then count it and make sure that I can tell that when you play that dotted half note, it's on beat 1, and then there's dash 2, dash 3. Okay? Does that all make sense? Then the last thing is a word search. These are the terms that we went over at the beginning. I put in time signature this is like a website that generates them, and it's split time and signature. It is one term together, but in the word search, you're going to find time and you're going to find signature. Okay? They can go any direction. They can go backwards, forwards, up, down, sideways. Okay? So you guys are theory 3. This is not easy. So have fun looking for those. That's it for this week. Next week, we're going to do more of the counting, but we're going to start dividing the beat into smaller ones. So this, yes, I know this is easy, and you've got eighth notes. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. Eighth notes. When you count an eighth note, we say the number. Sorry, I just saw that. We say the number 1. This is for counting. 2 and. The second eighth note gets the second half. So we say and. 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, and 3, 4. So when you have 2 eighth notes, the second one is and, the first one is the number. Okay? Looking forward to grading all your papers this week after you do it. So send them to me so I can check and make sure that we're all thinking the same way. And that way we can get harder. Okay? Have a great week, guys.